This one's audio only by virtue of a piece of duct tape in front of my computer's camera. If you've seen the video about my computer's camera, you should know that you really don't want to see through it. But anyway, it's 5:40 a.m. I don't know what I'm doing with my life, and I decided, you know what? I want to make a video about a creepypasta that, it died 8 years ago. I don't even know when it was written. All I know is that it's bad. It's the Russian sleep experiment. I was thinking about it earlier, because I have no life and I have time to think about this kind of thing. And I was thinking about the fact that it kind of sucks. I remember seeing a thing. It was praised for being one of the most well-written. I almost said SCPs. I'm sorry. Creepypastas. It could be an SCP. It probably get deleted from the site because it's bad. But I guess SCP fucking whatever. But if you tried to write that, think about it. If you're going to judge a creepypasta, think about it like this. Try to write it as an SCP article and think about, is this still scary as an SCP article? Probably not, is it? Okay, well, is it any good then? No, it's not. Talking about the Russian sleep experiment now, it's not good. From what I understand, it takes place after World War II in the 40s, so late 40s, 47-ish, 48-ish, whatever. And they're using prisoners, maybe Germans, maybe, Russians pulled from the Gulag, I don't know. And they're gonna keep them awake with this fucking experimental meth gas or whatever that keeps them up. They do. And, they start screeching and shit. And then after they start screeching, they go pretty much insane. They start fucking tearing pages out of books and start sticking them to the wall with their fucking shit. Literal shit. To me, that sounds like being edgy for the sake of being edgy, It's like, well, man, okay, well, it's not the 90s, it's, okay, well, you can still use some 90s sound effects for the late 2000s. Alright, so, it goes like this. Whoa, man! How do we make this more fucking tubular, man? Oh, how do we make this more fucking edgy, man? What we do is we make them... Okay, listen, guy. Okay, so one of them's sitting there smoking a blunt, the other guy's sitting there on fucking coke. It's like, alright, listen. Listen, man, what we're gonna do is oh, man, listen, I got a bit... No, shut up, I got a better idea. What we do is we make them tear pages out of books, and then they take their fucking shit, you understand, man? Yeah, I get you, man. And then they take those fucking shit-covered papers, and they plaster them up on the wall like posters. Yeah, man. That shit's straight farm to nug, bro. Like, what? Ooh, it's trying to shock you. Oh, look at me. Look at me. Am I so fucking edgy? Yeah, sure you are, buddy. Sure you are, buddy. Just shh. We get it. You're edgy. Shut up. I don't care. And then after that, they pretty much just start screeching, and then after that, they stick their shit papers or whatever. Sure, pickle. And after that, I think they go silent. Is that right? One of them dies, I think, and then the rest of them go silent for a bunch of days. And then the fucking scientists and the soldiers in the bunker are like, oh, shit, they're dead, aren't they? Fuck! Alright. Go in there, let's see if they're still alive, and if they are, great, and if they aren't, well, then just shoot the scientist dudes. They weren't worth it anyway. It's like, alright, open up the thing, and they're alive. Whoop-de-doo. It's alright, they tell you, we're gonna open the door now, lie on the floor, or you're gonna get shot. So just do that. And the guys are like, yeah, man. And they actually walk over to the intercom. Then it's like, all right, well, they're whispering, but at least we know we're fucking alive, you know? And they offered, I think they offered a post to cut the experiment short, right? And it's like, all right, listen, we didn't find what we wanted from this. You can go now. You can be free now. It's like, we don't want to be free. That's the first line that sounds like it was ripped straight out of My Immortal, you know? It's like Destiny's writing, you know? It's like it's so trying to be so profound and shit that it just doesn't ends up making no fucking sense at all. Like coffee. Believe me, that's not the last instance of shitty writing like that happening. So, so then what happens? They take them out, and they take them off the gas, you know, because you know you necessarily have to take someone out of the room with the gas to. You get the idea. And then there's like, no, give me back the gas, baby. Why do they sing it like that? Why do they sing it like drunk Elvis? Give me back the gas, baby. Come on, I want to stay awake. That was the worst Elvis impression that this world has ever seen. I apologize for that. Anyway. So, that happens, and I think one of them, no, they like start ripping chunks out of themselves before that, right? They start like they're like self-cannibalizing and shit, and one of them has to go into surgery because it's like, fuck, you tore out fucking most of the fucking organs in your stomach, dude. You need to fucking get them, you know, reattached and bullshit. And he's like, and he can't speak because he screamed his vocal cords out. Which I don't think that's possible. And over the course of a day, or a couple days, but you know, oh well. So then the second edgy for the sake. I mean, the whole thing is edgy for the sake of being edgy, but the second part where that really kicks into high gear is when the guy gets surgery, like a 6-hour surgery without anesthetic, and then like. Once he's done, he writes a letter to the fucking doctor and says, keep cutting. It's like, oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Shh. Man, you could probably fucking cut your wrists with those words right there. Keep cutting. I am the ultimate darkness. Come on, man. What is this? This is like fucking fat guy in a Slayer shirt who wants to show you his knife collection kind of edgy, you know? This is edgier than a fucking razor blade factory. Yeah, this is edgier than a fucking Escher painting. Okay, now I'm really stretching. Then what? The other guy, I guess the gas kind of also somehow gave them superpowers, even though they were like tearing chunks out of their muscles and haven't slept for days. Somehow, despite that, they gained superhuman strength. Yeah, I don't get it either. Well, what am I gonna do? Well, I'm gonna fucking bite most of the muscles of my arm off, you know, the thing that gives me the strength and movement in my arm. And then somehow, through that process, I'm gonna get a stronger arm. What? That don't make no sense. What the? Was he trying to be like, it grows back stronger? Like, you know, when those fucking Buddhist monks kick down the trees to cause, you know, micro fractures in their legs. That's not how the human body works, Mr. Author Man. I don't know if you know that. I mean, he clearly doesn't know that. Yeah, some good coffee. What else happens? I think one of them gets at the end. And we're pretty close to the end at this point. At the end, one of the scientists pretty much so the commanding officer, which by the way, sorry, hold on. Okay, this detail has fucking stuck in my craw ever since I read it. So the experiment, right, takes place in the late 40s, right? And they said the commanding officer was ex-KGB. The KGB was founded in 1956. Late 40s, ex-KGB, KGB founded in 1946. This is a problem with me. It's like I can suspend my disbelief over, magical strength-enhancing wake-up gas, but, not that KGB founded earlier. It's fucking weird. It's like in Fallout. It bothers me that in Fallout, Joshua Graham is a Mormon, even though he reads from the King James Bible. I can accept shit like a bunch of Neo-Roman cosplayers driving a slave trade and taking over half of the West, but, a Mormon reading the Bible, well, shit, that's gotta break immersion for me. I can accept ghouls, super mutants, the Master, Death Claws, plasma weaponry, laser weaponry, the NCR, the Legion, the Commonwealth, the Children of the Atom, all the shit that happens with the Brotherhood of Steel, the Enclave, and the rest of it. But a Mormon reading the fucking Bible and not the Book of Mormon, that's breaking shit for me. Yeah, I don't get it either. I'm a nitpicky fuck. Anyway, the last crescendo of edginess for the sake of being edginess, and I'm going to read this directly from the story, if you don't mind. Do-do-do. Okay. Let me read the okay, so let me explain. First of all, the commander, somehow a time-traveling KGB agent, pretty much said, alright, the scientists are they didn't give us anything what they wanted. Just shoot them. Kill the test subjects, then kill them, and, we'll be alright. Alright. And so, what happens is, the researcher is just pretty much like, fuck you, I'm not gonna let that happen to you. Pulls out his own gun, shoots the commander, and, goes and shoots the subject that fucking ripped his vocal cords. And then there's another subject, the one with the super strength, somehow, despite biting all the muscles out of his arm. He points the gun at him instead, right? And he says, and this is cringy as fuck, so I'm gonna warn you, the cringeometer is really blowing up at this one. It's almost broken. The needle is pretty much just wound the okay, this joke is going too far. Let me just read it. He pointed the gun at the remaining subject, still restrained in the bed as the remaining members of the medical and research team fled the room. Let me see what dramatic voice I'm going to read this next line in. Let me figure this out. I will not be locked in here with these things. Not with you. Okay. He screamed at the man strapped to the table. What are you? I must know. Oh my god, man. Alright, listen. Okay, listen again. What, man? I'm just trying to write that. No, listen. What we need to crank the edge. How much, man? All the way. We need to crank the edge all the way. We need to be fucking Dark Knight Batman level of edge. Alright, man, I'll go get the H, and we can become that edgy if you want. Yeah, give me the H, give me the H, give me the H. Give me the H, come on, come on. Alright, here's the H. Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah, let's do it. Man. I will not be locked in here with these things. Not with you. It just, that, if I was a fly on the wall during the writing of this thing, and that's not what happened, I would be about as surprised as I would be if I saw Epstein actually kill himself. Okay. Okay, let me read the rest of it. It says, the subject smiled, and this is after he asked him what he was. And this is too funny. Have you forgotten so easily? I'm gonna warn you about this next part. Like, if you are at all susceptible to edge, it's time to leave the room, or it's time to get your fucking EpiPens ready, because we're going off the deep end of edge here, folks. Masochists only. We are you. We are the madness that lurks within you all, begging to be free at any moment. In your deepest animal mind. We are what you hide in your beds, what you hide from in your beds every night. We are what you sedate into silence and paralysis when you go to the nocturnal haven where we cannot tread. You want more H, man? More H. More fucking H, yeah. We need to be more edgy. Alright, I'll get more H, man. You might OD on this shit if you keep doing this H. Fuck you. Give me my fucking heroin. Let's go. Alright, last needle. Have you the last line is the researcher shoots the guy, and the last line is so ... nearly ... free ... and it is, this was a doozy. This was, it's, I mean, I don't know if this is punching up because if it spawned so many, inspired so many creepypastas, or if it's punching down because it's old. But either way, it's just, it's really just bad. This is the most fucking edgy bullshit someone could possibly, like, force themselves to come up with. I'm glad no one knows who the original author of this is. That guy, I don't know, maybe he's dead, maybe he's alive, he's probably not dead. But if he's still alive and he knows, I mean, he has to know that he's pretty much spawned creepypastas as a genre. But if he knows, I wonder what he's thinking right now. I wonder what he's thinking, because he must have been, like, he must have been like the stereotypical angsty 16-year-old. And that's coming from me, so that's pretty fresh. Wow. Okay. Sorry, the 90s terminology really isn't leaving me. So, he has to know, he has to live with the fact that he wrote that, and that so many people, like, got inspired from that edgy, fucking horribly written, like, shit sack. I wouldn't live with that guilt. I wouldn't be able to. Like, I've tried my hand at some amateur writing, and I've written some fucking stinkers, believe me, but none is, okay, maybe a couple as bad, but nothing worse than that. And I think all of this is fair use because I'm critiquing the thing. So excuse me, I read it, and fair use and whatever the fuck. I mean, I don't know whoever owns the copyright on this, but You know, if they do, they're probably not going to come after me because people just read creepypastas just fucking flat out, no criticism, just read the story. That's people build entire careers on that. So I'm not worried about getting fucking copyright striked. Well, that was an adventure of biblical edge proportions. I think I'm gonna slowly ease down the edgeometer by playing some Doom, and then listening to some Metallica, and then finally resting back into even edginess. You know, my daily recommended dose. You know, I think I've said. Someone count how many times I've said in this video, because I think it's a lot. Because I have a lot of things that I say too much. So the word sometimes, or the word whatever, or the word something. I say something like blah 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 or something. Just bracket shit with something. It's a problem. I don't like it. Bye.